Hi everyone, Stacy from Dies to Die For. I'm back to show you the day 2 of the 25 Days of Christmas card. I decided to show you real quick though the card from last night since our live kept messing up. So I'm going to make the slimline version for you really quick. In case you missed last night or you couldn't hear, I took my white ink pad on a piece of red paper and just rubbed it all over and then used my blending brushes. Then I took our brick wall die, which is an A2 size, and I cut out 1.5 of them and cut it to match up a little bit there, not very well, but then I already cut this side off. I glued them down to the slimline card. Cut this edge off. And my slimline cards that I use are 8.5 by 3.5, just in case anybody was wondering. Okay, and then for this card, we took our list, our Santa scroll list from the Santa scroll list from the Naughty and Nice set. And I cut one the normal way, the other one I flipped over for the slimline card. So it's going to be going this way on the card, upside down, but you just ink the edges and you really can't tell it's upside down. I inked the edges of those in gray too, by the way, using Simon Hurley Wolf ink. Put a little glue on these real quick. Alright. I put this list up here, and I did not bring my samples of this card with me, so I'm going to try to remember how I did it. It's not that hard, right? And then I put this list on this way. See, when you put the list there over where you cut the brick wall and then your stocking's going to go here, you won't even see that they're matched up. Let's start with our, move this over here, our naughty list and nice list words. This one's going to be the naughty list up here. And these words are off of the naughty or nice list die. And these little pieces I have on sticky dots. For all of you wondering, yes, I do have tweezers, but I do not use my tweezers a whole lot because I'd rather just use my hands. All right, now that you have that part, we're going to take a piece of coal. The coal I got by cutting out the rock wall background plate and just using some of the rocks off of it. And then the present came from the Santa's bag. It's that little present right there. You could use any of those pieces on this. Okay, I'm going to put my or word right in the middle here, so it's going to go over top of my piece of coal and my present there. Okay, now I already put my stockings together. I cut out a red stocking, a white stocking, then I just cut the top off of the white stocking and inked it. Put this little guy down here somewhere. Now our little stocking full of coal. Put him right there. then the last step on this super easy card, it's not over enough, is to put the holly on it. And these are from our holly and berry set. The holly and berry set's so nice because you get 3 different sizes. You can use them on most projects. You can use them on any project. What am I talking about? Okay, here's our feather pen. This one's also in the scroll list, Santa scroll list. I just cut it out in black and white. Put our 3 little red berries on there. And that card is done. There's the A2 version and the slimline version. All right, let's get rid of those guys and start on our card for tonight. Okay, here we are. We're going to be using our poinsettia dies tonight. I love making poinsettias. They are so much fun. Here is the die. We use our large and our small. There's a small right there and the large. We also use our, where's our holiday? Our holiday words on this. The holiday words, if you haven't seen any of our seasons words, we have here's fall, here, nope, that one's winter, sorry. Here's fall, winter just released. Fall, we released in the fall. We also have spring and summer. Now we have the holidays. Next month we have love and add-on words coming out, but all of these have a shadow behind them. If you just pop this piece out, that's a shadow right there. But these are all made to go together. I will be coming out with a birthday set and different occasion sets. I think a basic greetings I'm doing. All right, let's get started on these guys now that I explain the dies to you. Oh, I also used our branch frame and our slimline branch frame that just released yesterday too. Here is our slimline setup. I have most of the slimline done, but we're going to work on the A2 size today. Okay, I took my green piece of paper, mounted it on, and went around it in green ink. Then I cut my branch frame out, and I went around this in brown ink, the Simon Hurley Gurr ink for that one. The green, I can't remember the name of it. I left it at home. Glue our branch frame down before I show you how to make the poinsettias. They look a little intimidating, or at least that's what people always tell me, but they're super easy and super fun to make. Okay, now we have our branch frame on. Let's show you how to make the poinsettias. I always take I cut it out and I inked around it in brown first. And then I curl them this way just with my fingers. And then I take them and curl them back this way. Don't ask me why I do it both ways. I think it just gives it a little more definition. And these poinsettias, you know how their leaves are a little, or their petals are a little curly? With these, it doesn't matter if you wrinkle it, if you curl it a little bit, because that's the way they're supposed to look. And sometimes I ink this ridge in here too. This time I didn't. Then I do the same with the next layer. And then the third layer of the poinsettia dies are a little bit different on the large one than they are on the small. On the large one, you get 2 petals that you can cut out twice, or I cut them out twice anyway, to make 4 more. You can just cut them out once and only have 2 extra petals. You can cut them out more and layer it a lot more than I do. The poinsettias tonight, I'm just going to glue them together, but I have used pop dots in the center to make them a little more dimensional, and they look cool that way too. I have a card coming up where I'll show you that. Don't know what day it'll be, but it's coming up. All right, oh, here, I better do the leaves too. The leaves I just curl kind of backwards and leave them like that. You can do more if you want. And my glue is a mess. I did not close the cap all the way last night, and I threw it in my bag and it leaked everywhere. So ignore my glue. Put some glue on there. On there. Then the poinsettias, if you curl them like this, I mean, you're welcome to put them on the card without curling them. Just put them down flat. And I have done that before. I just, again, like the dimensional look. Little glue. And then just kind of put these in the center. And then this you are going to want to hold for a minute just to make sure it's glued well. While I'm doing that, I'll put a little bit of glue on the center. The center piece I cut out in gold. Our card's going to be gold and red and green and brown tonight. Okay, now the leaves. Put a little bit of glue on those. Let's see, where do I want these? Probably on this one off to the side. Hold that for a minute, then I'll get my pieces for my small poinsettias. I already have one done. But the difference between the large one and the small one, the centerpiece is all one piece, so you don't have the little petals. Put a little glue there. Oh, then the poinsettias also, you vary the layers. See, put that one that way, then try to put those petals in between a little, where you can see everything. Okay. Making the poinsettias is the longest part of this card. Now, since we're gluing, I'm just going to glue all my pieces together. We have our happy holidays that I cut out of the holiday words. I cut my shadow layer out in gold, and then my word out in red. And I use the gold, oh, let me show you this, the gold glitter paper. Can you see that at all? Love this paper. My in-store customers love this paper too. Can't keep it in stock. Actually, I think I only have one piece of this gold left. A little glue. And sorry we're not doing this live tonight. I would rather do a live because they're so much fun. But I didn't want what happened last night to happen again, so until I can get my phone working properly, I'm going to do this. Plus, my son wasn't here to help me tonight, so I'm trying to do it by myself. I don't really understand his setup, so it was a little hard for me to get the camera all set up. Okay. Some more glue. Put it on all three air poinsettias. On the A2 size card, it wasn't large enough to use 3 poinsettias of the large poinsettias, so I used 1 large and 2 small in different colors because I like to vary my colors. this one somewhere right about there. And then these two just tuck in. Don't tuck it in the petal. I think I want this one this way. Sorry, it sounds like people are out there in our parking lot. We have the the town Santa house set up right behind our building. And there's a whole walkway full of Christmas lights, and people always park in our parking lot to go back there and look. It's really cute. Okay, now it's time for our holiday words. And oops, I actually put the holiday words on Pop Dots, now that I'm looking at it. Don't look at my messy bag of Pop Dots. I always shove all different sizes and whatever in one bag. Okay. So I'll just try to get around the glue and not put my Pop Dots on the glue because they won't stick very well. On the happy word, I put my smaller Pop Dots. Let's see, where do we want that? And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, when I made my original card, I accidentally put glue on them first, then put the Pop Dots. You think I would have learned. All right, we're gonna put our happy right up there. I love how this red and gold work together. And I know some people don't call these Pop Dots, they call them dimensionals. I don't know. When I first started using them many, many years ago, probably about 17, 18 years ago, everybody called them Pop Dots. Now apparently they're dimensionals. There. And for these, I did not put any ink on the words. You can if you'd like. I didn't think it needed them though. Don't want to cover up that happy too much. I've got a Pop Dot sticking out, but if you ever do that and have a little piece of a Pop Dot sticking out, a little red marker on it, and you won't even see it. Okay, there is our A2 size card. Once you make the poinsettias, it's a simple card. I think we only use 3 dies on that. That might be pretty close to a record. Okay, I'll show you what I did differently with the slim line. Really quick here. My glue is not quite dry on these yet. Okay, for the slim line, I put 3 petals on the top and bottom flower, or 3 leaves, sorry. So I just kind of lay it on there and decide where I want them to go. Then turn it over. You guys are probably looking at me like, why does she have to make that so hard? I don't know. Just the way I do it. It's what I'm comfortable with. You do it your own way. I think that's where that was. See, that's the disadvantage of not doing a live. There's nobody there to tell me, no, you're putting that in the wrong place. Let that one dry for a minute and move on to the others. Now with this card, I put 2 lighter color poinsettias on the outside, and this red, bright red one goes on the inside. Spin this one out. What do you think, that way? I have to put that one right there tonight. And you guys probably all think I'm talking to you. Not really. This is the way I really craft. I just talk to myself while I'm doing it. Okay, let's get him the center flower glued down. Should we angle it a little? Yeah, maybe. That way this one can kind of go like that. While we're at it, let's just glue the top one too. All right, 3 more leaves. And somebody remind me not to put glue on the back of the words. I need pop dots. Okay, about right there. Sorry. Kind of like that. Looks a little different than the first card. I never make a card the same way twice. I try really hard, but there's always something different about them. Glue this last one on. Slide this under this one a little while it's still wet. That's the nice thing about this glue. You can still move your pieces around a little if they're not exactly where you want them. Okay, for this card, I want to use some of my larger pop dots, dimensionals, whatever. See, that's why they're called pop dots. You hear that little popping when I put them down? I'm going to cut one of these in half. Just to support the middle a little. And then the words on this I put right in between the poinsettias. Oops. Might not be dry enough yet. Okay, so this happy I put right about there. Actually, you know what? Let's do it a different way. This would look kind of cool angled too. Put it right there. maybe angle this one a little bit this way, so it looks like they're part of the flowers. There we go. All right, there is your day number 2 of December's 25 Dies of Christmas. Did it in both a slim line and a regular size. A2 size, sorry. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back tomorrow night for day 3.